Hi everyone, virtual MC Thamizharasan here from Chennai Event MCs, entertainers and professionals, event MC, MC trainer, MC manager and the founder of the above brands. In this video, I'm going to share our experience of training the event anchors for the conference. In fact, for the last few weeks, I've been updating a lot of videos and photos regarding this that we have been training the MCs for 3G's career guidance conference. So people have been asking me like whatever the way we have been training MCs in the last few years and what we are training now, it seems different. Like they have been following our post, they have been following the videos what we share. So they've been asking us like what is the method I exactly follow. In fact, I've already shared it in a couple of videos, and in this video I'm going to just straight away hit the points. So basically what happens once we decide the career guidance conference, we pick the MCs either from the marketing team or from the business team or from the interns team or from the volunteers team. We just tell them that there is a vacancy for the MCs who can host the event. And also like the first time, that's what we did first, and the second time and third time what we did, in fact we planned for an induction program. Like as we progress with the next conference, we also equip ourselves with different type of PPTs and different types of videos, so that we have enough content like automated content, so that we make our work simpler. And finally the finishing touch should be done by me, Nandhini or Dr. Maharaja. So in that case, like what we did for this third conference is we already prepared a lot of PDF, a lot of videos explaining different topics, like what are the modules that will be covered for an MC, and what are the technical things they need to understand, what are the emceeing skills they should know, and what are the emceeing scripting skills they should know, and what are the types of event coordination, or what are the types of works that have to be completed before the event and after the event. Likewise, we have written a lot of we have prepared a lot of PDF, and also I have spoken a lot of videos as well explaining each and every PDF. So once we pick the MC set of MCs, what we do is we send all this PDF to them, and before that what we did is we call them for an induction program, explaining that we have the opening for the MCs, and what you can do, you can attend this induction program to understand what is the role of the MC, and what are the ways we are going to train them, and what are the backend tasks that's available. Likewise, we call them for a meeting, and once they came, I explain the PDF. I show them the entire PDF. Even before they come, I share the PDF with them, and also during the session, I explain the PDF, and also after the session, once again, they can go through the PDF, they can click the link, they can watch the video. So this is how we pick the MC. So once we have given all these things, they started after watching the videos, after going through the PDF, they nominated like they would like to be the MC for this particular event. Then what we do, we collect some information about them, like basic information like their profession, their qualification, and whether they have MCing experience or whether they have any extracurricular activities experience. So once they send all these details to us, we design, again we customize. Even though we have the ready-made content, we customize based on the need. Like if all of them are well experienced people, then the way we train them would be a little different. If all of them are freshers, the way we train them would be different. In what way it's going to be different? For example, if they are freshers, or if they are students, or if they are freshers, we would be teaching about the emceeing skills as well, like memorizing the script, smile, modulation, body language, all those things we touch. But rather when they are already professionals like trainers, healers, or any other professionals, we don't go for these soft skills or the emceeing skills where they are already trained or where they are already good at. Rather, we need to train them only on the technical aspects in Zoom, and also on the event flow and the scripting part. So that's the reason we collect all this information, and once those things are ready, again we call them for a 1 or 1.5 hour meeting where we explain them the entire Zoom functionalities. Like I take them on either in the webinar format or in the Zoom meeting format. We have around 10 to 12 features that have to be explained to them. Like in one of my videos also I've explained that rather than a Zoom expert taking a training, if another MC is going to take the training, that's going to be an advantage, because I'm not going to touch the entire aspect of the Zoom. Rather, I'm going to teach them only those things that are going to be used by an MC, because I'm an MC by myself, and I also have the technical background, like I get trained on Zoom. So which means out of my experience hosting so many events in the last few months, I know these are the features I'm going to use. So in that case, I'm going to just teach them all those things, and also I'll tell them what are the additional features available. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to tell them the additional features, but I'll tell them these are the basic features which you are going to use. These are the good to know information. These are again expert features which you can also do some research or you can learn from someone else. So when we teach them this way, it's easy for them to understand that also in a short span. So in that 1 hour training, we train them on the Zoom, explaining them all the features, and I make them do that. For example, like basic features in Zoom would be there can be one host and multiple co-hosts. So once I log in, I'm going to be the host in my login. So what I do, I give the host access to one of the trainees who join. I ask them while I keep doing the session, I ask them to keep changing the co-host. I teach them the spotlight option. I ask them to change the spotlight option. I ask them to put someone on mute or take someone unmute. Likewise, we do it in a practical training, like first 30 minutes to 45 minutes. I explain them, but while doing itself, we do it as a practical training. That I would say that's one USP or one plus point about me and Nandhini. In fact, we tell this in our events also. Like when we go for a feedback session, we make people talk like anything. Like people who didn't have touched mic, never wouldn't have touched the mic ever in their life. They're like they wouldn't have spoken in mic, they wouldn't have spoken in video. But we make people talk after an event. We give the mic to them casually when we keep. Sharing the mic to the next person. Sometimes out of the mass mania, people will take the mic, they will share the feedback, but later they will realize, oh my god, I had a stage fear, I have never spoken in mic, but how come I spoke today? That's how we use the psychology, all those things, like based on the mass mania and based on our psychological skills, we make people do that. We make them break their fear. Same way, this practical thing, when we do the session online in Zoom, we make them do that so that they get comfortable, they get used to it, they get trained on the technical aspect. So that would be our first session, which is for 1 to 1.5 hour session. And then we ask them to prepare the script on their own. Initially, what we say, I get the agenda from the organizer. Once I get the agenda based on the number of MCs, we split it. Initially, myself and Nandhini, we take a session and we sit for a session and we decide, okay, this one we can give it to this. Initially, we are not biased or we don't judge anyone. Rather, we just give it as an equal spacing, like one male MC, then female MC, one male, another female, and we give the equal opportunity to all. And then we share the Excel to them. We tell them that this is going to be your portion. So all you can do is we can collect the information for your speaker. And again, now how they are going to collect this information, there are 3-4 ways. One is the organizer themselves, they'll give you the biodata or the CV of the speaker. That's the first thing. Second thing, they will also give the quick bio, like the short bio. Instead of giving several pages resume, they'll give a short bio or a small PPT or maybe a video format, so that can be done. And third thing, we ask them to go to LinkedIn and type the speaker's name, search in LinkedIn, because that's going to be one authentic method of getting the information, because speakers themselves update over there. Even Wikipedia, at least someone else is updating, but LinkedIn is something where the speaker themselves update. So we ask them to check the LinkedIn and then go to Wikipedia or Google and any other source. So likewise, when you go, for example, if we say, like, let's take me as a speaker, okay? In fact, I would be really happy to be a speaker, and I've been a speaker for a couple of the forums as well. So if I'm going to speaker, my profile is given to an MC like Thamizharasan, founder of Chennai Event Emcees. So how do they find my profile? Either I'll send my biodata to, like I'll send my profile, my videos, my website details I send. If I don't send, what you need to do, go to Google or go to LinkedIn, type my name Thamizharasan, Chennai Event Emcees, definitely you'll find my profile. You can go through my profile, you can just take it from my bio, from my projects. And second thing, you can go to Google, type Thamizharasan, Chennai Event Emcees or whatever my brand name. Again, you'll be getting a lot of websites, you can take it from there. Likewise, you'll be collecting as much information as possible about the speaker, and once that's collected, then you can filter out of it. You are not going to read out the entire profile. From there, we'll be helping them what are the basic things they need to highlight. For example, they need to highlight the qualification, the profession, their achievement, the associations or society with which they are associated. Likewise, we give them some key pointers. These are the things that are to be highlighted. So this is how we help them in creating the script. Either the script or either the content come from the organizer, or they themselves prepare from Google or LinkedIn. And once that's ready, we ask them to make it a proper Word document. Like from the Excel, we'll be putting the timing and the agenda, and then we'll add the speakers list. So finally, that will come as a proper script with the speakers detail. And then we need to fill it in the additional content, like what are the announcements we are going to give, and where we are going to play the video, and what's going to happen, which MC is going to call out the next MC. For example, I can be the MC, I'm going to introduce the speaker now. Then after the speaker, I can thank the speaker and I can invite the next speaker. That's one method. And in another method, I can thank the speaker and I will invite another MC to welcome the next speaker. So there are multiple methods. We'll be teaching them. We'll be mix matching all these things. One time, we'll be giving the continuous 2 portions to the same MC, so that they can do this portion, thank the speaker and welcome the other speaker. And another time, what we do, we give the other option where after the session is over, they will invite the other speaker. So this is how we train. So basically, this MC training happens like we call them for the meeting and we explain it. We send them the PDF. They apply. I mean, they through their state leader or who the leaders, they apply, and then we get to know more about them, and we go for 1 or 1.5 hours technical call where we explain the Zoom, and then for 1.5 hours we explain about them about the scripting process. We have them prepare the script, and after that we'll have again half an hour or 1 hour call where we'll go for the dry run, where myself or Nandhini, we will have the script and we will just explain them in our flow, like as an MC what we do, and we tell them that not to get inspired with that. We tell them you can do it on your own style, and that's how they also do that. So we just explain them the event flow like a quick dry run. And in the next session, before that, they'll be preparing the script and they come back and we'll have a proper dry run. It will be again a quick dry run with them. And finally, that will be a main dry run, which is again for 15 to 20 minutes. So we don't take much time, hardly what I can say, like 4 to 5 hours of maximum online training. The rest of the time we discuss over the WhatsApp. So this is what we have been doing for them. Now the next question comes, okay, you are training them for a particular conference, but will they be trained enough so that they can sustain as an MC in the outside world as a commercial MC or professional MC? There are two answers now. First thing, why should they be? For example, here, they are not coming as an MC. Actually, they are coming for something else, for a business or for marketing or something else. But they have the interest towards this. They wanted to host this event. So that's the reason we are training them. That's first thing. So that's the reason after this conference, they are going to do something else. If at all they want to do anchoring once again for any other conference, definitely they'll be able to do that with the training what we have given here now, with the practical training what we have given now. For example, every conference, the very first day, I used to update our trainees' videos. Whatever it is, whether it looks good, great, or normal, whatever it is, at least they have done it. That's what. Instead of just uploading that photo, we most of the time we upload the video, which is actual proof of, because photos can be deceptive. We can just like that make someone sit and you can take the photo. But when you produce a video, that shows the quality. That shows the quality of the training and also the quality of the trainer, and that shows the authenticity as well. So we train them for this conference, but let me tell you, even though in case they are not interested for MC, that's fine. But even after this conference, if they are going to do MCing, or if they would like to do MCing, now let me answer the question whether they would be eligible to do that. Again, 50-50, like 50%, yes, they can do that. 50%, they need some more training. The reason is, basically, when they come to us for this training, conference training, we don't stop with only with the conference training. We teach them almost the entire aspect of the MCing, like as I said, the MCing skills, how to prepare the script, how to be how to keep yourself prepared for the Zoom, and how to be over prepared, how to be an extraordinary MC, just not being a normal. Because that's how myself and Nandhini, we are very passionate about this industry. So if you ask us to take training just for 1 hour, just we need to touch only this concept, definitely we will be giving 10 times more than that. We always go beyond that because we are passionate about it. We wanted to teach them more. So that's the way we train them. If you want me to train them only for the conference, I can finish the session. In fact, I need not even train them on the technical aspect, because we have another team to take care. We can just ask them to go with the script. But we make them as a proper MC who can handle the event all alone, but we give them additional support so that in future, if they are going to host any event, they can manage them. For example, without any additional support, if you ask me or Nandhini to host the event, we can do that. We can handle the event, we can be a speaker, we can take care of the chat, we can coordinate with someone in the WhatsApp, everything we can do. But when you have a team, the work is going to be little easier, pretty easier. So that's what we do. We teach them entire aspect of MCing. So which means they learn everything about the scripting process, the smart cuts, more than saying shortcuts. I always call as the smart cuts, and the basic ethics and the discipline. Discipline is one thing I would like to highlight over here, because discipline and attitude, if it's good, then definitely would be able to sustain anywhere and everywhere. So the basic discipline, what we teach them, what they absorb and they learn it, which they can apply it anywhere. For example, as of now, we have trained them as a conference MC. Now they get a chance to host an annual day. Now what happens, maybe let it be a virtual annual day, which means definitely they are thorough in Zoom, they can handle that. They know the event flow, like how the event has to start, how it has to be ended. We have trained them on that. So they'll be discussing with the client, and they know how to prepare the script. They know how to over prepare the script. Like if you get a speaker name, how to prepare the content. In fact, most of the time, all of a sudden we go to Google and check. Like when we are on stage, myself and Nandhini, when we are on stage, like they give the speakers like a chief guest name all of a sudden, and one of us immediately we go to Google, we take a script. Likewise, we train our other MCs also on spot, taking their details about the speakers. So like this, when we train them, definitely they will be able to handle any sort of event on MCing skills wise. But when it comes for the event flow, definitely they should know this, because this is what I shared in one of my earlier videos. Like I have hosted events in my school days. I have hosted my events in my college days. Will I be able to become a professional MC? My answer would be definitely you can become an MC. There are just two qualifications according to me. One is your communication. You have to be clear enough to convey to people. And second, you have to be confident enough to reach to people. Only these two are the basic skills according to me. And then, but still you want to become a commercial or professional MC, you should understand the different genres. For example, in school, you would have hosted only the annual day. For example, here I have trained them only on the conference. But when you are going to the actual event industry, and if you get something like corporate team outing, this is not the event flow what you are going to have. There your emceeing skill is going to help you, but the event flow is completely going to change. So you need to understand how a corporate team outing works. Somewhere they are calling you for a birthday party. Again, all these emceeing skills will help you. All the over preparedness, all the discipline, entire thing will help you. And finally, only the event flow you need to learn. So my question here, okay, you are training these MCs for 2 days, 3 days for the conference. Will they be able to sustain in the market? My answer would be, first thing, they are learning the discipline. So definitely, if it's a conference event, definitely they can handle it. If it's any other sort of event, they would definitely need training on the event genre, where maybe I myself or Nandhini can train, or maybe the client or the event manager can train. But the basic discipline, what they have learned here, they can definitely use it, which would satisfy 50% of the role, and rest of the 50%, definitely they need to undergo the technical training. Like when I say technical training, if it's a birthday party, they should know the event flow. If it's a corporate team outing, they should know the event flow. And again, just on seeing one event, they cannot come to a conclusion, or they cannot say that they are a proper MC. Every event is an experience. For example, when you say my birthday party, at least you will find some 3-4 types of birthday party. Like a game that's conducted in this birthday party that will not be seen in the other one. Likewise, we have 4-5 variation. One birthday party would be very conservative crowd where they don't talk at all. In that case, we need to take it in a different way. There would be a crowd where you have a lot of children who would be very much enthusiastic. Whatever you say, immediately they'll be on stage. There, I need to handle it in a different way. Likewise, you have different genre of events and you have different type of crowd, which you'll be learning out of your experience. And also when someone trains you, you learn it. Because I told in my previous video also, like being an MC and also technical trainer, we not only teach you the do's, we also teach you the don'ts as well. That's very, very, very important. Most of the time, because one thing what I'd like to highlight here is a normal MC, what he or she can do is just when you give the script, he can go ahead and read it. That a normal MC can do. But a real MC or a good MC or an excellent MC is needed, where if something may happen for the agenda, like you have a proper agenda, but still something is going to mess up over there or something is going to change. Only that is the place where an experienced MC's expertise is needed, where a fresher MC or a MC who doesn't have much stuff would not be able to handle that. They can just go ahead with the script. That can be done with a person who is good at communication. That's what I always say. Like if you have good communication, if someone gives you the script, they can definitely go ahead and do the MCing part. But 99% of the cases, that will not be the case. It will not be a cakewalk for the MC. There will be a lot of challenges. In spite of so many planning, there will be a lot of challenges. There will be a lot of last minute changes, last minute requirement. Let's take online as an example. Last minute, your speaker would have been on board, speaker would have been in the panel. But all of a sudden, speaker's internet gets disconnected, the speaker is lost. If you're a fresher MC, you know the script, but beyond the script, what are you going to do over there? So in that case, I need to teach this fresher MC. In case the speaker gets disconnected, what should you do? You should call for a video or you should talk to the audience. Likewise, we'll be teaching the don'ts or the negative, wherever the things may go wrong as well, so that they are prepared. For example, sometimes when we train them on the conference panel discussion, I clearly tell them this, like panel discussion has to go this way. Initially, you'll talk about the panel discussion agenda. Then you'll introduce the moderator. Once the moderator is introduced, you will say hello. And then again, you'll introduce the next person. Then they say hello. And then you go for the other person. Likewise, you do this. Once everyone is done, once again, you are going to hand over to the moderator. This is the way a panel discussion happens. But most of the cases, what happens, the speakers may not be aware of this rule, because MCs and even professionals may know, but speakers, they may not be aware of the rule. So all of a sudden, when you give the introduction, they may start talking for a minute or more than that. So the MC should be aware that, oh, sorry, the speaker is going off the track. The MC should be able to interrupt at the same way, in a subtle way, without hurting the speaker, without using harsh words. You have to be polite enough. You have to interrupt in the right way and tell the speaker, sir or ma'am, actually we have the next session. Right now, this is just an introduction session, and I will like to move on to the next speaker, and you will be given a chance to share your views. Same way, you'll be preparing your own script. I'm just giving you mine on the floor. Likewise, we'll be telling them the don'ts as well, and where the things may go wrong as well. So when we tell all these things, people, they would be able to handle such situation. In fact, we have seen all these things in our previous conference also. Like we trained our MC that way, and one of the speakers, she was going off the track like this, and MC was almost like smiling, and she was able to bring the speaker on track. But if I had not trained her this way, this MC would have left her as such, and that would have gone for 2-3 minutes, and then myself or Nandhini, we go inside and we pitch in, and we bring it on track. Likewise, this would be the plus point when an MC trains other MC in a technical aspect and also on the overall event aspect. And to answer most of your questions, like whether these MCs would be able to handle, how we train them, we ask them to attend the induction session. They come, they give the details, we conduct the technical training, and then we conduct the agenda preparation training, and then we help them prepare the speaker's profile or the speaker's content, and then we filter the content, and then we have once again a dry run, a couple of dry runs, and then they are live. And will they be able to manage in the event industry? Most of them, that's not a need, because they're into different profession. If someone wants to continue in the event industry, to a certain extent, 50% they are already trained on certain disciplines, on certain other aspects. Rest of the 50% they need to understand the event genre where we are there for support, or they can learn from anyone else as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. MC Thamizharasan signing off. You can contact me on my mobile number 900-308-7198, alternate number 86102-57395. You can get to know more about us in our website virtualeventmcs.com, and also you can like our Facebook page Virtual Event MCs, and you can watch our videos in our YouTube channel Virtual Event MCs, which carries all our online event videos, and our other event videos can be watched in our YouTube channel Chennai Event MCs. Also, if you'd like to know more about our MC training, we can also check our website chennaieventancor.training.com. Thank you. Virtual MC Thamizharasan signing off.